This is Delos. She's an Amel Super Maramu, built in Rochelle France in the year 2000. She's a 53-foot sloop rig ketch, and has been my home for the past 6 years. Delos and her crew have sailed a lot of miles since leaving Seattle, and she's taken great care of us. We'd like to invite you on board for a look.
Welcome to Delos.
Yeah.
We're now going to take you on our amazing boat tour.
We ready? Alright, let's go. First off is the dive gear. Over here we have the lovely Brady Troutman. And we have our 5 tanks on board. Brady's our dive master, you could say. And he's going to tell us a bit about our diving. Go ahead, Brady.
So yeah, like Yasha said, we have 5 tanks on board, 5 full sets of gear, and probably enough parts to run a full dive shop, I think.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff.
We've fixed quite a few things over the past couple years. Of course, we have a compressor because we dive in a lot of crazy locations that you can't get air fills. And each tank only takes about 20 minutes to fill, which is approximately 50 cents of diesel, which is a fucking good deal.
Yeah, it's really good. Sweet. So follow me to the stern. We now have fishing rods. So fishing is pretty crucial on Delos. We try and get as much fishing in as we can. We got 1 fishing rod on the starboard side and 1 over on port. And we also have this little guy here, which is our hand line. And we mainly catch mahi-mahi, yellowfin tuna, and wahoo in varying sizes. These guys, our solar panels, are very, very important on Delos.
Originally, we just had the 2 outside ones, which equaled up to 400 watts. We added the center one, which is another 200 watts, so it gave us a total of 600 watts for the whole solar capacity of the boat. It's amazing. We don't have to run the generator at all for any electricity to charge the batteries. It's only for dive tanks, making water, and making hot water if we decide to take hot showers.
Very rarely we do this. Also over here, we have our barbecue, which is used on very special occasions like today, which is the 4th of July, so happy America Day. Karen's got some lovely looking steaks
We'll cook
here.
up these steaks for tonight. We also have our lovely sun chairs. They are just amazing for sunny days.
Yeah, they're pretty good. So should we carry on?
Yes.
Up to the bow? Follow me. Oh, these are our surfboards, by the way. We have 2 longboards here on the port side, and we also have 2 shortboards over on starboard side there. So we have 4 surfboards on board, which is pretty cool. Surfboards on board. The bow is probably my favorite place. Probably all of our favorite places. It is amazing when we're under sail. We come up here, we sit. You're actually making a seat for up here.
Yeah,
right?
so we're gonna make it a little bit more comfy.
Yeah.
Sit up here.
Like a little hanging kind of situation.
Yes, it's in
So that-
progress. It's coming very soon.
Yeah. Now we are back in the cockpit where we started. And this is pretty much our living room, if you could call it that, pretty much. We spend most of our time in here when we're sailing. Got it all digged out with comfy cushions and whatnot, and sunscreen, because that's really important. And the most important part of the boat is the captain's chair with the wheel and all the instruments that makes us go places. So here's lovely Captain Captain Brian and his American thing that he's got going on.
Pretty sure it's boxers.
So
Yeah, pretty sure it's
boxer
undies that you
shorts,
tie
well,
on your head.
you improvise on the sailboat, so this is what we do.
This is what we're all about.
But yeah, this is the driver's seat on Delos. It's as far as sailboats go, it's pretty comfy. You're in a nice, dry, kind of protected environment, not stuck out the back where every wave's going to hit you. But there's a nice hard dodger here to keep you out of the wind and the elements and the rain, and all that stuff's real good. Have all the instruments that you need here to sail. So on this monitor right here, we've got a pretty sweet little navigation system that gives us our GPS position on top of our charts with radar overlay and all the sailing information that we need for all our routing and our course plotting. Really, really cool stuff. This little guy here is just a lifesaver. This is our autopilot. So if you don't feel like driving for days and days on end and always paying attention to the course, you can just set the computer to follow where you want, either magnetic bearing or wind direction, and she'll take care of the boat and steer it for you, which is just awesome because it can be tedious to drive for so long. Our trusty magnetic compass, so if all goes haywire, we can kind of go compass direction. We have a pretty general idea of where we are and can get around with just that. We've got our engine instruments over here, so when there's no wind or we're coming into a marina or a harbor, we can crank up what we call the Iron Jenny and cruise around with that. Delos is kind of like a big piggy boat to drive around, not very maneuverable, so we have a bow thruster. So this is the bow thruster controls to make us go port and starboard and raise it. It's retractable, raise it and lower it, which is pretty cool. Blowing a pretty fresh 20 knots right now, keeping everything nice and cool. We're anchored, so our boat speed is down to 0 knots and the wind is right off of our bow. We're in 4 meters of water and have about 34 meters of chain. And this little control panel here is how we pick up the anchor. We can put the anchor out or pull her in. We have controls for all the sails and the furlers and the winches, so we can put in the genoa and the mainsail without ever leaving the cockpit, which is really nice on those nasty stormy days. So it's a real comfortable boat to sail.
Definitely. So what do you say we go downstairs?
So this is the main living space down below on Delos, and it's right next to the galley, which is really nice because it kind of creates a whole social space. We're pretty lucky on Delos because we have a washer and dryer for clothes, and we have some pretty typical stuff: microwave, propane oven, but we also have a dishwasher, which is not very common to boats. This is our water maker that makes almost 200 liters an hour for washing and drinking. And then of course, our fridge. This is the primary freezer we use for food. This is where we keep all of our frozen meats. And we have lots of canned foods, some milk, and some Tanduay rum. If we look in here, we've got our beer reserves, which is actually running a little bit low, so we're gonna have to stock up pretty soon. On Delos, we do enjoy drinking beer. So we have a dedicated beer fridge. Oh yeah, Red Horse Extra Strong from the Philippines. Awesome stuff. We do have a projector, and then across the way here is our screen. So this is where we have people stay when we have guests or when Brady and Yosh are on board. It's pretty nice, get a lot of breeze up here, and we have 2 bunks. You can sleep 2 on the port side, 1 on the starboard side. How is it up here, Ragnar?
Good.
Comfortable?
Yeah.
Right on, man.
Great.
What are you watching?
The Wire.
Cool.
Best TV series ever.
Up forward, we have a head. So it's got pretty typical bathroom stuff. We have an electric toilet.
Let's go and check out the back. So here is our pass-through bunk. Go through there and you will come down to our master suite in the back. Map of the world here, showing our track and planning on where we're going. Also have some pictures of family and friends. And this is the second head on the boat. Let's also have a shower and everything.
This is our navigation station. So here we have our single sideband radio, the VHF, and some of the sailing instruments. Up here we have our electrical control panels. This is the 24 volt panel that controls all the DC things. And then this is our 220 volt panel for air conditioning and water maker, battery chargers, outlets, microwave, things like that.
We also have the engine room down here in the cockpit. So if you lift the floor up. Oh, hello, Brian.
Oh, hello there.
Brian spends about 20% of his time down here. He is our handyman on the boat. I don't know what we would do without him because he fixes a lot of things with our generator.
Sometimes they put me down here when I misbehave.
Yeah, I don't know, Brian, you explain what's down here.
There's all the heart of the boat down here. So we've got the main diesel right here, which is a Volvo Penta turbo diesel to get us around when there's no wind blowing. Right behind me is our generator. It's a 7 kilowatt diesel powered Onan generator, and after we put in the solar panels, we really don't have to run this to make electricity more. It's mainly for running the water maker and for filling dive tanks. So if you look right over here, we've got our awesome dive compressors. So this thing has just saved us so much in being able to dive anywhere in the world where there's not a dive shop, filling our own tanks. And then back over here, we've got pumps for air conditioning and our desalinator over in the corner that turns salt water into fresh water so we can take showers and not have to worry about filling up water at a dock. And we've got battery chargers and power inverters that turn DC into AC power and pumps and all sorts of good stuff. So I spend a lot of time down here.
is the dive gear. Over here we have the lovely Brady Troutman, and we have our 5 tanks on board. Brady's our dive master, you could say, and he's going to tell us a bit about our diving. Go ahead, Brady.
So yeah, like Yasha said, we have 5 tanks on board, 5 full sets of gear, and probably enough parts to run a full dive shop, I think.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff.
We've fixed quite a few things over the past couple years. Of course, we have a compressor because we dive in a lot of crazy locations that you can't get air fills. And each tank only takes about 20 minutes to fill, which is approximately 50 cents of diesel.
Taken great care of us. We'd like to invite you on board for a look.
Welcome to Delos.
Yeah.
We're now going to take you on our amazing boat tour.
We ready? Alright, let's go.
This is Delos. She's an Amel Super Maramu, built in Rochelle France in the year 2000. She's a 53-foot sloop rig ketch, and has been my home for the past 6 years. Delos and her crew have sailed a lot of miles since leaving Seattle, and she's